Hey YouTube. So I just did a mini version of the mannequin challenge. I don't know why, but anyways. So I'm here to do another review of Bad Girls Club, right? And this is episode 7, right? Episode 7. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I forgot the name of this episode. I don't know why, I don't even think I looked at the name, but anyways, I might put it in the description box, so please check that out. So, in my opinion, this episode was just a little bit boring, but then again, it was just kind of like, I don't know. But y'all, we're gonna get into the review, and I'm doing this on my webcam because both of my phones are acting crazy, and I don't know why. So we're just gonna. The quality is bad, but it is what it is. But anyways, you guys, the last episode ended off where Kayla and Candy kind of sort of gets into it. Candy basically says she's gonna show Kayla what it's like to be a bully, but Kayla could not manage. Like, y'all, it's just ridiculous. Like, I can't believe she went home. Like, anyways. So basically, they get into it. Kayla kicks in the wall, and I'm just looking like, Kayla, what was your point in doing this to the wall? React on Candy. I mean, I know the security guards were right there, but then again, it's just like you had no reason to break BGC's wall. You had no reason to pull the plants down on the floor. You had no reason. And then again, she decides to go to a hotel for the night. And I'm just like, you decide to go to a hotel for the night because you don't feel like fighting? What about Kaylee? Kaylee didn't go to a hotel for the night when you and Tabitha kicked her in her back, did she? So all of a sudden, somebody's calling you out on your BS and you want to go to a hotel? Like, really? It's just so crazy to me, like, how karma is really hidden, Kayla, because it's just like, that's why you have to learn how to treat people sometimes because everything that she did to Kaylee basically came back and like literally bitter basically. So anyways, y'all, she comes back into the house. She tells everybody like, "Oh, I've decided to go home." Blah 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 blah. And I'm just looking like, really? You're gonna go home for what reason? My hair is so messed up. But I was just like, she's going home. Like, what was her reasoning going home? Like, Candy even came up to her and she said, "Oh, you're gonna go home. Why are you going home?" Like, and I guess she just basically said, "Oh, I'm tired of fighting," and I don't understand why she went home, y'all. It's just like, Kayla, you can't take the heat. You can't take back what you've already dished out. So it's just kind of really confusing to me, and I'm just so done with Kayla. And then at this moment, when they were all standing in the closet, Adrian decides to jump in. And she's basically saying, "Oh, well," she says to Candy, "Oh, well, you're trying to fight her and she only has 9 fingers." And I'm just like, Adrian, shut up. What does 9 fingers have to do with anything? Kayla is simply just weak because Kaylee's foot was broken and Kaylee stayed. Like, I mean, her foot wasn't broken, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like, she still stayed after that. So all of a sudden, Kayla's finger, one of her fingers is broken and she can't deal. Like, she all of a sudden wants to go home. Y'all, I don't understand why Adrian think it's her position to jump into the conversation because nobody was even referring to her. Nobody was talking to her. She's irrelevant and she's just, I'm tired of her trying to be relevant off of somebody else's situation. And I love the fact that when Adrian says that, oh, Kayla has 9 fingers. I mean, no, she says that one of her fingers is broken. Candy says, oh, well, she has 9 fingers. That's what I'm talking about, Candy, because she has 9 fingers. All of a sudden, you're not hard enough to stick up for yourself. But when Kaylee, somebody who didn't try you, somebody who didn't really defend herself when she was there, you had all of the power and all of the strength to basically treat her badly. But all of a sudden, Candy is treating you badly, and you can't even deal with it. So you guys, Kayla leave, which I'm happy about. I'm glad she went home because I was getting tired of her. And throughout the episode, Adrian was basically saying, "OMG, I really miss Kayla." That's all she talked about during the episode. Like, why are you trying to feed off of Kayla's energy after she already left? Like, Adrian, she's just pathetic to me, y'all. Like, I can't even explain. So, I'm really proud of Z in this episode. I'm kind of, sorta starting to like her a little bit because she just has a lot of goals and a lot of things that she actually want to do. Like, I feel like this girl actually wants to better herself. And in this episode, she basically talks about how her boyfriend's best friend, which was her brother, because they were that close, I guess, how he died, and how she basically wanted to start a clothing line dedicating something to him. And in this episode, we saw that she meets up with two fashion designers, and they basically gets the clothing going for her. They have the designs for the shirts. Well, actually, no, Z had the designs, but they kind of imprinted it on the shirt. I thought it was really cute. I thought it was a good idea. And then, y'all, the girls go to Cabo, which is just like a beach thing, I guess. I thought it was really nice. And at this point, everybody's best friend was there. I don't even think, no, I didn't even say that. Oh, wait, no, they go to Cabo by themselves. Their best friends didn't even come yet. So, I guess this is where Stephanie kind of gets irritated with Adrian because Adrian basically they were at Cabo. Stephanie was having fun, but Adrian and Bernicia decides that they weren't having fun, so they were ready to go. And I guess everybody else had to leave along with them, which is not something I understand because, as you see in the episode, they had two different vans. So I'm not understanding why Stephanie and Z couldn't stay, but I guess I don't know if it's a BGC rule or if everybody goes home. If one person goes home, everybody has to go home. I'm not sure if that's a rule. But basically, Stephanie was just saying, like, wow, like, we can never have fun. We need fun of girls. Like, why would she want to go home? I wanted to stay out longer. And I do like Stephanie, even though I think she shouldn't be in a Bad Girls Clubhouse. I do like her. But my thing is, why didn't you say that to their face? Like, if you're feeling some type of way, or if you feel like you need to address something, then don't say it behind their back. Say it to their face because sometimes some people need to just hear the truth. Because I don't know. I personally have, I don't really like Bernicia anymore, and I feel like she's too full of herself, and I don't understand why. But I just lost so much respect for her the past two episodes. Like, ever since Kaylee left, I've lost so much respect for Bernicia. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just over her. So later on the episode, we also see that Adrian is basically talking about going home because she's bored with the girls and Kayla's not there, and she's just basically whining the whole time about Kayla, Kayla, Kayla. I'm like, is it that serious? So, anyways, y'all, in the next frame of the episode, we see that everybody's best friend basically comes. Adrian's best friends, Kyra came, Brenicia's best friend, Lachey, um, Candy's best friend, Shaka. I don't know if Shaka was a guy or a girl, like, not trying to be disrespectful, but I was unsure. And Z and Stephanie's best friend also came. So Steph basically tells her friend about Cabo, and again, I just feel like Stephanie, if it was such an issue, you should have addressed it. Don't try to talk about it with everybody else but the people that were involved in it. I just cannot respect people that can't speak up for themselves. I just hate that kind of stuff. I forgot to mention, y'all, that Adrian, I think they were coming home from somewhere, and I think their best friends was there at that point in the house. So basically, Adrian is drunk, and she snaps on the camera crew. I don't know why I said crew, clue. Anyways, y'all. Yeah. So Adrian basically snaps on the camera crew, and I'm just looking like, Adrian, are you serious? Like, why don't you just go home? Like, I'm so sick of her. She basically I guess because one of the camera person, because they wear mics and stuff in the house, because you know. But anyways, the camera crew girl basically tells her like, "Oh, can you take off your mic if you're gonna throw up?" Which I didn't really understand why it was such a big deal, but I don't know if that's how people act crazy when they're drunk. Cause like I said before, I've never been drunk, never will be. So I don't know if that was just a part of her being drunk, but she basically snaps on the girl and she's putting up the middle finger and she's doing all of this extra stuff. And I'm like, where's this Adrian with the girls in the house? Like you basically just sit around, sleep, eat. You're so irrelevant and I don't understand why Adrian is still there, y'all. Like I'm so confused as to why she's there. So anyways, at this point the girls go to the beach, they do some type of yoga with this lady and the lady basically, was teaching them how to do yoga. Everybody else was engaged. Some people, even though Candy said that she didn't really like yoga, she still participated. But it was Bernicia and Adrian that didn't participate, and Adrian basically fell asleep. I guess she was hangover. Again, I don't know how it feels to be hung over, but this girl literally slept the whole time. Like, I'm just ready for her to go home. Like, why are you here if you're constantly sleeping? Adrian, she's just irrelevant to the house, and I don't know. I'm so tired of saying I don't know why she's here because it just seems like is she ever gonna go home? Like seriously. So at this point, after they go to yoga class, I guess the girls decide they want to go out to eat. But then again, this guy came up to them and he's just basically like, "Oh no, you guys aren't eating here. We're going to a yacht." So all of the girls were happy. They were excited. Candy and Z, they had their best friend, so they was just like, "Oh wow, I've never been on a boat, so I'm really appreciative of this experience." But then again, we have Adrian. So y'all, on this trip, guess what Adrian was doing? She was sleeping. And I'm just like, you can't be that hungover, like. And then again, I remember a certain part in the episode where she kind of, sort of tries to snap on one of the girls. I don't remember who it was. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But I was so confused because I'm just like, is she acting like this because of her friend? Because this is the seventh episode, so I've never seen this side of Adrian. So where's all of this new Adrian that's coming from? Like all of a sudden she has an attitude. All of a sudden she's putting in inputs on how she feel about certain situation. And my thing is, you weren't like this on the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth episode. So what's going on? Like, can you, if you're irritated, just go home? Like, I don't understand why she's still here, y'all. I'm so annoying. So at this point, the BFFs leave, and we have a new girl. Her name is Cabrina. She's 23, and she's from Chicago. She's basically studying culinary art, which I think is very, very interesting because I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a job for a bad girl. Usually the typical job is like stripper, those type of jobs. So I'm really kind of excited to see someone with that brings something different to the table. So like I told y'all, I've been kind of sort of warning you guys about Bernicia. Like ever since the first and second episode, she's been rubbing me the wrong way. But I kind of started to kind of gravitate towards her because I like that she was like a independent person. But I don't know. The sixth and this episode, the seventh episode, I just see like a whole. I see basically what I predicted in my first BGC review. Basically, she's just really fake. It seems like she's always trying to prove something because on her way back from Cabo, the yacht party, she was basically saying something like, "Oh, I don't want any new girls. I'm tired of meeting new people. If she come in the house, I'm gonna be ready to fight." And I'm just like, Bernicia, like, is it that serious? Like, I could have sworn you were coming here for your rap career that you had. Like, I thought you were here to be focused on that. So why are you all of a sudden talking about fighting the new girls when, for one, you don't know them? You don't really. I just don't understand where she's coming from. It doesn't make sense. And then again, we have Tiara. She comes into the house. She's 26. She's from Memphis. And then when I heard Tiara's voice, I'm like, oh my God, she seems so innocent. But then again, her intro came on, and it basically said that, well, she basically said that she's a quiet storm, which kind of sort of made sense because she seemed like she's quiet, really sweet until you mess with her. So that was really the end of it, y'all. The new girls basically came. The girls are on their way back to their house, and I don't know. That was basically all that happened. It wasn't really anything special. I thought this episode was a little bit boring, but it is what it is. But I'm ready for the next episode because I see that the BGC producers were talking to Adrian and they were saying something like, "Oh, you're becoming abusive." So I'm wondering, like, what did Adrian do? Because as far as I'm concerned, all she do is really like sleep. So who could she be abusing? I don't really get it. I'm so lost, y'all. But I guess I'm waiting on that episode. But it just seemed like the episodes are going down the drain, and I'm getting bored. Like I don't know, I'm just getting tired. But hopefully these new girls will bring something new to the table. Hopefully. But y'all, that is it for this review. Thank you guys for watching my review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the episode. Or let me know what you think about my review. Just try to show some love. But that is it for my review, guys. Have a nice night. Because over here where I'm at, it's nighttime. So, yeah. Anyways,